Hey guys, it's Tom. I hope you can hear me okay. So, this is another day where I'm taking out these flagship phones for some testing, like A and B testing. So over here I got the Galaxy S9, and over here I have a brand spanking new OnePlus 6. As you all know, these phones have dual cameras, but they're actually these cameras are not as they're not the same, they're different. Okay, one is dual camera but the same focal length. One's 20 megapixels and 16. This has dual optical zoom and a standard wide angle. Okay, so I'm gonna show you A and B pictures just to see how they just to show you how they compare. So we'll see if the magic that OnePlus is doing is better than just old physics. Tune in. We started up Lightroom because I think this is the best way to compare two cameras or two phone cameras. So I went outside and I took a bunch of pictures, some really nice night photography. It was just raining, so it made for really beautiful skies and nice reflections. So yeah, let's get this going here. So with these two images of the lake and surroundings, this was done just at sunset, so there's still plenty available light. We have Galaxy S9 image on the right and OnePlus 6 on the left here. And you can immediately notice that on the OnePlus 6, even though it has more megapixels, it doesn't necessarily have more details. Like all these photos look over-processed. Look at these trees, for example. Here we're at 1:1 magnifications, and I'm recording at full HD. So this way I thought more of you can see the actual pixels in these images. And keep in mind too, Google compresses videos a lot, but I still think you can see the differences very easily. So let's do 2:1, where we zoom in even more. As you can see, Galaxy with 12 megapixels seems to even have more detail than a OnePlus. Yeah, look at these edges here even. But it really shows in fine detail on the back. These grasses here by the lake. And then these trees. These trees are just like horrendous on the... not horrendous, but pretty bad on the OnePlus compared to Galaxy. I mean, keep in mind it's like $300-400 difference. So they gotta save some money somewhere. Okay. Also, there's a bit of differences in color. OnePlus image appears more purple. Okay. So let's go on to the next set of images. What I did here, I used the 2x zoom feature on both of the phones. Just to see if optical zoom on the Galaxy is better than the OnePlus. Okay, so let's look for a 1:1 ratio. Yeah, you can immediately see that the Galaxy image is much sharper. You can almost read what's on these labels on these little boats, pedal boats. Look at the pebbles, like on the lake here. It's just a huge advantage to the Galaxy, or the texture here in the pavement. Look at this post, and look at the colors on the post here. See the red from the rust. On the OnePlus, you barely see the red here. And you know, I guess it's it's actually plenty of detail in the OnePlus on the zoom. I guess somewhat the image could also appear a little bit less detailed due to more megapixels. But look, for example, I mean, less detail to more megapixels. I meant that pixels could be more blurry, so less information per pixel. But look at this image. Look at the grasses right by the lake. Yeah, there's really no definition in these grasses, and compared to Galaxy. And look at this Look how it's missing the color red and the little the street sign thing over there. It's just like showing it as gray. Wow, crazy. And then let's see, we can even read Orland Park on the left, even though it has more megapixels. So definitely this is a case where pixels don't mean more resolution. All right, let's zoom out a bit here. When zoomed out, you can't really tell a difference, but we're pixel peeping here, obviously, right? Okay, so we have another image here, and this was actually taken on a wide setting. Notice the color shift on the OnePlus. It's less natural, more purple. Let's zoom into the sign, see what we can read. And again, even though it has more megapixels, it doesn't seem like we are actually getting more detail. Sad thing is, probably most people won't notice because they don't pixel peep. But it's clear here that the Galaxy wins. Galaxy wins on both the wide setting and the zoom setting here. Okay, let's look at another set of images. So this was like a low shot on the parking lot, so I can get the reflections off of everything. I actually prefer the colors here. Yeah, haha, tricked ya. Samsung is on the left and the OnePlus is on the right this time. So OnePlus again is shifting towards purple color. Okay, but it's not bad. In this image here though, like it seems like they soften these images way more than they should. I mean, look at these grasses again, they just appear blotchy. This could probably be fixed by processing. So whoever designs this software or decides on this software is, yeah, I guess likes really smooth images versus detailed images. Or look at the tree here. You can't really tell that there's any leaves or anything. Or the area where parking lot, right in the middle here, parking lot meets the water on the pavement. And the actual lake bed, you can't even tell what that is. And on the Galaxy you can clearly see. Even in the reflections here you can tell more easily what's in the water. Even though that's not a good test, but okay. Zooming out, let's get on another set of images so we don't run out of time. What's this here? We can skip this one. These images are pretty nice, and right now I can tell just by color which is the OnePlus and which is the Galaxy. So OnePlus is on the right, Galaxy is on the left. Let's zoom in to the detail here. Notice the detail in these puddles and the color. It's like a really nice, rich, warm color. And the trees here don't do that bad. Let's compare the ISO. So Galaxy was 160, OnePlus is ISO 400. Okay. They both appear to be shooting roughly at about, well, Galaxy is at 1/60th of a second, OnePlus is at 1/50th, so there's not much difference in shutter. But ISO is twice as high. Well, Galaxy has aperture 1.5 and the OnePlus goes to 1.7. So let's go back to this image here where we lost all the detail. For example, here, that's easy to tell. You can see Galaxy OnePlus chose 200 ISO and Galaxy chose ISO 80. Okay. However, OnePlus increased the exposure to 1/100th of a second for, I don't know for what reason. So that makes you compensate in ISO. While Galaxy kept it at 1/50th, and but then with the zoom in, you had to use the 2.4 aperture, so it lost a lot of light there. But still, with the optical image stabilizations, I think OnePlus should have taken it at 1/50th. So it just shows you how these cameras, think differently. Okay. Now let's look at this image here. Okay, where are we at? These sets of images right here. Okay, so these were taken at dusk, so we're kind of pushing the ISO higher. So OnePlus on the left, Galaxy on the right. Okay, so OnePlus chose 1/50th of a second f1.8, and Samsung chose 1/60th at 2.4. Okay, they're both at ISO 400. Well, OnePlus is at 500, Galaxy's at 400. But you can see this. This is actually an amazing capture here, because this is where you actually look for a lot of detail here in this goalpost. Soccer net. Look at the soccer net on a OnePlus. It's like totally transparent, whereas on the Galaxy, again with fewer megapixels, you can actually tell the pattern. Wow, huge difference here. However, OnePlus seems to have an advantage in dynamic range here. Let's see, look at the sky. Well, maybe just color looks more saturated, but actually there isn't more detail in the dynamic range. I don't know, just making the stuff up as I go along. And then the trees here just appear like really blotchy and blurry. This is crazy. Let's zoom in here. Yeah, again, I prefer the Galaxy S9 image. It's a little bit more grainy, but it just has more detail and it just looks better. Let's look at 1 to 2. Yeah, at like 50% magnification versus 100. There still is advantage to the Galaxy. Yeah, it's just like the sky here looks a bit better on the OnePlus because there's more contrast. So looking like zoomed out, I do prefer the OnePlus image. Okay. All right, we got about 2 more sets of images here. Let's look at this here. This is our local theater. Okay. Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus on the left, OnePlus 6 on the right, and they both look good zoomed out. Okay, and OnePlus seems to actually have better colors here. I do like the sky, more bluish, kind of dark, like a villain Batman movie. Okay, all right, let's zoom in and see what happens. Okay. Actually, it's not bad, except the let's see what we can find here. Now this image appears to have, yeah, not a bad detail. There still seems like there's like, look at this movie ad here on the left. The reds are really gone on the OnePlus, and the what does this say? Payback. Let's zoom in 1 to 1. Yeah, I mean, in this image here, it appears that we have a bit more detail on the OnePlus, and we should, because it has more megapixels. It's just, the image looks a little bit over processed. Let's look at this here. Yeah, it doesn't look bad. Yeah, I can't tell you that OnePlus looks bad. The colors look way different. Look at the reds, especially in the red channel. Yeah, but actually on this image, and there appears to be more of like a bleed of colors. If you look at the light here, this is more defined. This is kind of bleeding to the right. I wonder if it's because of the secondary camera that it's using. It's trying to use some of those pixels. That's actually a thing I just noticed. It's somewhat, the bright areas are shifted to the right. Do we see that in anything else? Maybe in just those super bright images. Still can't read this. So overall, I guess on this set here, it's almost equal, except the OnePlus doesn't render red colors as nice as it should. But actual full, like entire image, I do prefer the OnePlus. Okay. All right, and this is our last set of images. So we got Samsung on the right, Galaxy on the Samsung on the right, and a OnePlus on the left. And this is not a good test here because I didn't expose them. I tried to expose manually, and I overexposed the on the Galaxy. But look at the differences here in processing. I was focusing right on this area here. This area here. So for some reason Galaxy didn't think to kind of go down as much, or maybe I was judging it by the screen and I couldn't tell the difference in exposure. But in any case, if we look 1:1, the OnePlus image doesn't look bad, and actually that's at 2000 ISO. Yeah, it doesn't look bad at all. However, Galaxy chose 250 ISO. Yeah, but it's with OnePlus. I think we have somewhat of an ISO advantage, and I think maybe that's what they're striving for, because the image looks pretty clean for ISO 2000. Again, there's differences in the way cameras think. So OnePlus shot it at 1/35 of a second. Galaxy was exposing for twice as long as 1/17 of a second. Okay. Yeah, I gotta say that the OnePlus image looks pretty good for ISO 2000. We're at 1000 here. Samsung is typically keeping lower ISO. If we look at, let's go back to this set of images. So OnePlus is at ISO 1000, and the Galaxy is at the ISO 320. Yeah. So, okay, well, I guess that's it. So, verdict from this set of images looks like OnePlus might have an advantage where it comes to high ISO and noise suppression, but it definitely loses detail, especially in the low ISO settings compared to a Galaxy. All right, well, I guess that's it. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, and rate. Let me know if you like these comparisons or not, or what else you'd like to see. Okay, take care. Bye.